everybody, Shannon and Karen here with Wandering Out Yonder. Today what we wanted to share with you is some things that we came up with for our new van. And again, this is Fran, the adventure van. And we've been trying to come up with some different ways to outfit her that work for us. We did a lot of research in the last couple of years over what type of van to buy and then how we wanted to use the van. And although we've seen a lot of really cool videos that show what people have done, and they're beautiful. I've seen them decked out in wood and with cabinets and sinks and showers and all kinds of stuff. That's not really what we wanted. That we decided that that's not exactly for us. So ours is an adventure van and probably will always be a work in progress. But what we want to share with you today is an idea that we came up with to put a net up to keep the bugs out. So we're going to share that information with you. So what we've done is I had to think through how we could do this economically, because buying the van for us was a major purchase. So what we came up with was we bought two of these. We actually got these at yard sales, so we got them pretty cheap. But you can pick these up, and I think I've seen them in different stores. I think they sell for like 10-15 bucks a set. And what you get in the package is two panels. These are mesh panels. And down the center are these magnetic closures. I'm sure you guys have seen these before, and maybe you know somebody who has them in their home or in their camper or their van. Anyhow, finally we messed around a lot with this on both doors, this back door and then the side door over here. And we did figure out ways to use it on both doors. However, we decided in the end we wanted to use it back here. And it worked best back here. So I took 4 of these panels and I ended up sewing them together. I put one here, a panel, and sewed it with the magnetic part on this end, and I sewed another panel over here, and then the magnets were on this end. So when you put it inside the camper, the magnets line up with the metal of the van and work as a way to secure the van inside the van. And then the center is still this setup right here, these magnetic closures, so that we go in and out the center, and when we come in or out of it, it kind of click, 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 closes back up once we get through. The other challenge that we had with this idea was how to hang it or how to make it, I guess, work inside the van. We first tried using magnets and just like some heavy duty magnets to hold it in place, but that didn't work for us. We didn't particularly care for that, so we had to think that through a little bit. And what we came up with was to use a tension rod. So we bought, if you look up here, well, you can't really see it with all this stuff up here. I'll take these down so you can see. Okay, but this is just a regular tension rod that we went to Walmart and picked up. We had to measure the space here to make sure that we didn't get one that was too big to fit in right here. And it actually runs completely across over here and then over here. And this just hangs from the tension rod. But I had to first make a rod pocket. So I had to turn this over and make a pocket for it to hang on to. So as you can see, like I had told you earlier, we took these 4 panels, and I'll show you. Okay. Alrighty. So this is the 4 panels. You can see where I sewed them together. So then it creates a seal, and you're not worrying about the bugs coming through there. And the same thing over here. This is a seal, as before. Whereas before it was open, and we were actually using small clips like this to hold it together, but you still had little openings where bugs could get through. So we decided we would sew these together, and then we made the rod pocket and sewed that, put it up like this, And then as you can see, as I said, utilizing the outside magnets, turning this panel around and sewing it this way, the panel or the magnets ended up on this side of the van, and we were able to utilize those to help keep it in place, as you can see. And then the same thing will happen over here. So that will keep it in place running down the sides. Then we also have some extra magnets that we picked up to just kind of help out with that as well, that we can place here and there to kind of help seal it in place. And so again, it worked out great for us. If you can see, let me get out of the way here. It goes all the way from up here, and it comes all the way down past the floor down here. And it allows for some cross ventilation, or just some ventilation into the van. So if we decide that we want to leave the doors open, we can have some air flowing through here, and we can also be able to look out and watch what's happening around us. So that's kind of why we wanted to do this, to be able to keep the doors open. We have a panel over on the other opening as well. It's not the same type of panel, but I wanted to share this with you so you can see there is an economical way to do these kinds of things. We had looked online. There are a lot of people who are using their talents to make these types of things for people who are buying vans and fixing them up for traveling and camping and so forth. But those were way out of our budget.
And we didn't want anything permanent.
Yeah, we did not want anything permanent. So like I said, having something permanent wasn't a good idea for us. It doesn't work for us. There are times that we're going to be camping when we may not want this up, we may not need it up. In the late fall and winter, which we do winter and fall camping, the bugs aren't bad, so you don't necessarily have to have these. But the other consideration that we had with this is that we like to take our kayaks with us. So we're getting ready to go on a trip next week, and we want to take our kayaks. So in order to do that, we have to bring them in and put them in through the back here, which requires this space to get them in and out. And if there's something permanent here that costs $600 or $700 for us to install, we would be very afraid to mess around with that too much. So this option for us and this idea for us worked out perfectly. And as you saw in the beginning, we have it all, we just roll it up when we're not using it. Say when we're traveling or something, and we just clip it in place. We've got these great big clips that we found, I don't know where, somewhere in Staples or someplace like that. So anyhow, it would clip, we would roll it up and then clip it with these big clips, and it holds it in place. So we use like 4 clips that keeps it rolled up. As you saw before, I took it all down, it was all rolled up. So that way it's a lot more versatile for us to use when we want to use it or not use it. Anyhow, we wanted to share this idea with you. So I would say, all in all, you're probably going to have to spend about $45 to $50 for this type of a system. If you're buying the rod and buying the curtains, and then if you know somebody, or if you yourself are able to, if you have a sewing machine, to make, you know, your pocket here for the rod. And then to sew these panels together, it's pretty basic, pretty simple idea. The magnets we found at Walmart, actually, in the craft section, and these are the big round fat magnets, and they do a pretty good job of holding things in place in here. So anyhow, for about 50 bucks or so, you can have yourself a screen door. So this works for us. Anyhow, we hope that this information helps somebody out there who is not quite ready to invest $600 or $700 in a screen system. If $50 sounds better to you, then maybe you can try this idea yourself. Anyhow, thanks for watching, and we hope you'll go wandering out yonder with us again. Bye, everybody.